Hi guys, how are you? So today we're going to do a really quick video. This is just going to be on liquid hand soap. Those of you who clicked on this thinking I was going to teach you how to make bar soap, sorry, I don't know how to make bar soap. But I've been making our liquid hand soap for a while now, and this is actually what I typically do like on an everyday basis. We do have a couple oil combos that are like seasonal, but this is what I use on a typical basis. So it's just going to be a liquid Castile soap, and I use the unscented kind from Dr. Bronner's. It's the light blue one. You can get scented ones already. There's like a peppermint one, a lavender one. I'm sure there's other flavors as well, but peppermint and lavender you can find pretty much anywhere. I get the unscented kind because I like to add my own oils to it. And the oils that I use are typically going to be, so I start off with melaleuca almost always. And I do this because melaleuca has antifungal and antibacterial properties, as well as the fact that it's just really good for your skin. So especially in the winter, those of you who wash dishes regularly or who like to wash your hands a lot, adding melaleuca or tea tree oil to your dish soap or your hand soap is going to help to reduce some of that like dryness and itchiness that comes from washing your hands or having your hands around soap a lot. The other thing I like to add is lavender, because again, lavender is amazing for the skin. Not only is it amazing for the skin, it also has a couple antiseptic properties, as well as the fact that it just smells absolutely delicious. Like, why wouldn't you want that everywhere in your house? And then lastly, I use onguard. So onguard is a proprietary blend to doTERRA. Those of you who don't use doTERRA, you're welcome to use your own kind of protective blend. Or you could simply add something like a lemon or an orange or a citrus. Those kind of have an additional antiseptic property. But I like to use onguard just because it gives my hand soap just an extra added boost. So every time we're washing our hands, we're just disinfecting just a little bit more and helping to protect ourselves. And then I use water. So I use the water because on its own, the Castile soap will kind of clump up and dry up inside the nozzle here, and it'll make it really, really hard for the soap to ever come out. So I do dilute it with water. I actually do a half and half. And because we've added the oils, you can actually get away with doing a half and half and not losing any of the potency of the soap itself. So this is just a regular glass jar for the soap. I bought it at, I believe, Lowe's. You can get them on Amazon. You can get them at Aroma Tools. You can get them at Lowe's, Home Depot. You can get them at Walmart. If you're going to use essential oils, I do suggest you get a glass or a metal one. So you're going to go ahead and fill this up about halfway. Boom. So I'm starting with the water just so that I don't get so many bubbles that it fizzes up. In some things it doesn't really matter. In my soap I want to make sure that it's pretty not bubbly. And I actually didn't rinse out the residual soap, so you can see that I already have some bubbles building up. Okay, so I am going to go ahead with 10 drops of lavender. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then we're also going to do 10 drops of the melaleuca tea tree. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then lastly, I'm going to add my 10 drops of onguard. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then I go in with my soap and I top it all off, bring it all the way up to the top, leave just a little bit of room at the very top so that you can stick your pump back in. And that is as simple as it gets. Woo! Sorry, I'm not very accurate with this. We had a little spillage. That's why I keep my rag around. Honestly, we got this kind of glass It's like an opaque glass, and it was a terrible idea. It looked gorgeous when we bought it, and I figured that the opaqueness would actually make it so that it would be less like dirty. It had the complete opposite effect. It constantly looks disgustingly dirty no matter what I do. It is like a magnet for, it's one of those things that just like, as soon as it's the slightest bit dirty, you can tell. So every time like soap drips down, it like just leaves a stain. So I've just kind of gotten used to the fact that I now have like dirty soap containers. But yeah, if you're looking for one, don't get the opaque glass. It does not do well for soap. Unless you have like one of those cute covers, the fancy covers, that would definitely work. But I just haven't gone that way yet. So there we go. That's really how simple it is. You give it a nice little wipe down, or you can just wash it off at the end, depending on what you're using and if it gets dirty like mine. So I like to use the lavender. Like I said, not only is it antiseptic, but it also has a really nice smell. You can always switch up the lavender for whatever scent you would like. A nice orange citrus is kind of a nice one to have in there. Another thing that you might want to do, like I said, if you don't have the onguard, is to maybe do like a citrus smell. So you could do, if you did like a little bit of like vanilla extract, right? Like teeny bit, like 1/4 of a teaspoon in your soap, because you don't want to make your hands sticky, but if you want that smell of like the vanilla, you could go ahead and do that, and then add like the lavender to it. Or lavender and vanilla is a pretty common scent that people like. Or if you were to make like chamomile tea, you could use chamomile tea instead of the water, and then add like a peppermint, chamomile peppermint. That's a nice combination for your soap. A lot of people like the citrus flavors, so you've got like green mandarin, red mandarin, orange, lemon, grapefruit, all of those. Citrus Bliss, I know that's a doTERRA special, but Citrus Bliss. There's wild orange. There's so many different citrus flavors, and a lot of the citruses are going to work really well in your soap. Not only do they smell great, but depending on what citrus you use, it has the antiseptic and cleaning properties that you might like for your hand soap as well. So those are the combos I have for you today. My basic one, like I said, is just going to be 10 drops of lavender, melaleuca, and on guard, and then I do half and half with Dr. Brommer's Castile soap, unscented, and water. So that's that. All right, have a good one. Bye.